Welcome back to the Recharge Podcast. This episode is being recorded on an outdoor walk, so if you hear some city noises and ambient, that's just what's going on. One of the concepts that continually repeats itself among my students is freedom and what that actually means in terms of definition on a personal level. We'll get into that in just a minute. And then what is at the core of that is the mindset of need versus want. And that has all the impact, not only on how a person operates, but also on the subconscious beliefs, decision-making, communication, and overarching goals that one sets for themselves going into the future. So some of the students commonly define freedom as freedom from. And what that means is from something they're running from, whether it's a job, a project, a relationship, a financial situation. All that creates a mindset, oftentimes of scarcity, which limits the creativity and the ability to see what lies ahead, the opportunities, doors that are not yet open, and really creates a scarcity and a fear mindset. By shifting that into freedom to, that is the opportunity to, the ability to, the privilege of doing something by rational choice as opposed to being dictated by a boss, a partner, a loved one, a financial situation, whatever applies to you. And it may sound subtle, but it has the power to really reshape the future by opening up a whole nother realm of possibilities and belief and confidence in oneself. By going to something, you have a clear direction and a focus. When you're running from something, you're often looking in the rearview mirror, and you cannot chart your course by looking behind. You have to look forward. You cannot connect the dots without having a clear direction of where you're going. And that's just a simple mindset shift. As I alluded to earlier, the concept between need versus want, I think want is a much more powerful descriptor. You can want what you want, and you don't have to justify it to others. That's oftentimes what gets people into a limiting belief, a scarce mindset, and really stunts growth, whether that's personally, professionally, relationship, financially, what have you. The ability to reframe just the language you use when you talk to yourself, when you talk to others. Oftentimes, just think of a kid. Think of an 8-year-old child saying, "I want an ice cream cone." They don't need to justify why they want it. The fact is that they want it, and their behavior is directed towards it. It's goal-directed. It has power. It has energy. They have confidence in their ability to get that object, and they may not succeed, but the whole framework around wanting it is much different than needing it. I think for many people, the concept applies to relationships, particularly for those who are looking for a partner. Approaching the dating pool with a needy mentality is often quite evident to those that surround you. The behaviors are directed as such, and oftentimes creates a sense of desperation or oftentimes settling. And life is just way too short for that. All of you know people that have died prematurely, myself included, and having a needy mindset versus a wanting mindset really hampers the direction and the course of one's life. So these are just two simple ways to reframe how you think about things and how you talk to yourself, the language that you use. And along with the language you use goes the physiology of the whole equation. By changing your physiology, changing your language, and changing your focus into a more of a future focused to something as opposed to from something, will really have the power to reshape this week, this month, and this year. I hope you found that helpful. And as I alluded to at the beginning of this is something that comes up repetitively among my students that I coach, and that is on the Thinkific platform. You can find the link below this video or on the podcast description page if you're curious about what's there. I teach courses on health, wealth, and freedom, and my definition is freedom to choose. That's why I'm out here in the middle of the day enjoying the sun in the park on a Tuesday. Be safe, be well, cheers.